Historical places that vanished and why they were lost. In this video, we'll explore some of the most fascinating historical places that once thrived and then faded into silence. These ruins are not just stone and dust, they are reminders of how even the greatest achievements can vanish. Pompeii, buried in ash. Pompeii was a vibrant Roman city near modern-day Naples, Italy. It had theaters, markets, grand villas, and luxurious baths. But in 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted with no warning, covering the entire city in a thick blanket of volcanic ash and rock. Thousands of people were trapped instantly. The ash preserved the city exactly as it was, frozen in time. For centuries, no one even knew it existed. When it was rediscovered in the 18th century, archaeologists found streets, houses, and even food still intact. Pompeii wasn't destroyed by war or time, it was buried in seconds. Babylon, lost to invasion and time. Babylon, in modern-day Iraq, was once one of the most powerful cities in the ancient world. It was famous for its hanging gardens, massive walls, and as the center of science and literature. But repeated invasions by foreign empires, including the Persians and later the Greeks, weakened its power. Over time, the Euphrates River shifted, trade declined, and the city slowly emptied out. The once glorious Babylon became a ghost town, forgotten in the dust of empires. Mohenjo-Daro vanished without a trace. Located in present-day Pakistan, Mohenjo-Daro was a highly advanced city of the Indus Valley civilization, built around 2500 BCE. It had well-planned streets, drainage systems, and multi-story houses. But mysteriously, it was suddenly abandoned. There is no clear evidence of war or natural disaster. Some believe the river that supported the city changed its course. Others think climate change or a major flood drove people away. To this day, archaeologists are still trying to understand why such a well-developed civilization disappeared so suddenly. Angkor, swallowed by the jungle. Angkor in Cambodia was once the heart of the Khmer Empire, with its most famous temple being Angkor Wat. It was a center of art, architecture, and spiritual power, but by the 15th century the city had lost its dominance. Historians believe that environmental damage, deforestation, and water management failures led to its fall. The jungles grew back over the city, hiding it from the world for centuries. It wasn't until French explorers stumbled upon it in the 19th century that the world rediscovered this lost masterpiece. Great Zimbabwe. Decline of trade and power. In southern Africa, Great Zimbabwe was the capital of a powerful kingdom between the 11th and 15th centuries. It had massive stone walls and towers, built without mortar, a unique engineering feat. The city was a major trade hub, dealing in gold and ivory with merchants from as far as China and Arabia. But over time, the trade routes shifted, resources were depleted, and the city was eventually abandoned. Today, its stone ruins still stand as a symbol of African ingenuity and lost grandeur. Tikal, the collapse of a civilization. Tikal, in modern-day Guatemala, was one of the most important cities of the ancient Maya. It had tall pyramids, royal tombs, and a powerful monarchy. But around the 9th century, the city began to collapse. Historians believe that overpopulation, droughts, and warfare among rival kingdoms pushed the city past its limits. Without food, water, or peace, the people left. The jungle swallowed the temples and palaces, hiding them for over 1,000 years until rediscovery. Petra, deserted by disaster and economics. Petra in Jordan, carved into rose-red cliffs, was the capital of the Nabateans. It controlled trade routes and grew rich from merchants passing through. But after a series of devastating earthquakes and the rise of new sea trade routes, the city's importance faded. Without trade, Petra could not survive. Its beautiful architecture remained, but its streets emptied. It was eventually forgotten by the outside world, until explorers brought it back into global awareness in the 1800s.